Topic is multiplication theorem. Where is this? Just it is the rearrangement of a theorem. For example, let E and F be two events associated with the same sample space, which we were doing till now. Sample space S. Clearly, the set E intersection F, when I talk about the intersection of two sets, denotes the event that both E and F have occurred. That is the intersection of both will happen at a time. In other words, E intersection F denotes the simultaneous occurrence of the events E and F. You can think about the first E happens, then F happens, or first F happens, or then E happens. So both the events happens one after the other, or both at the same time. So whatever the interpretation you want, you can take it. So then E intersection F is also written as EF. So now onwards, whenever we use the word EF, which means E intersection F. Now in this class, what we are going to study is, we already have the formula P of E slash F is P of E intersection F upon P of F. So till now in the previous exercise, whatever the question we have or whatever we solve the examples, everywhere we are able to find P of E intersection F, the common elements for E and F, because we are able to define E event and F event separately, then we get the elements of E and F. Then we got the value of P of E slash F. So the same formula we can write this as keeping P of E intersection F on the right hand side. Just forward P of F to the left hand side. So it will be the new formula. P of E intersection F is equals to P of F into P of E slash F. Or if I take F slash E, that is also same formula. P of E intersection F equals to P of E into P of F slash E. Okay, so this we call as the multiplication rule of the probability. Let's see where we use this formula and why we require the rearrangement of the formula than the actually which we have. Now I consider the example. An urn contains 10 black and 5 white balls. So let me note down 10 black and 5 white balls. Okay. That is the given data. 2 balls from the urn. Am I there in the class? Yeah. So drawn from the 2 balls are drawn from the urn, one after the other without replacement. First I pick up one ball and I see the color, keep it side. Then you pick up the second ball, you see the color and keep it side. We are not going to keep them back in the bag. We have to keep it side. What is the probability that both the drawn balls are black? Okay, so that is the question which they ask. So first thing, total I have 15 balls, including white and black. So I'll take event E as equals to getting a black ball in first attempt. Okay, so that is event E. So if I go for the probability of event E, probability of getting the black ball in the first attempt. So there are total 10 balls. Sorry, total 15 balls. Out of 15, 10 are black. So I can write the probability of getting black ball in the first pickup is 10 upon 15. Okay. Until here we have done in class 10th also. If there are 10 black, 5 what? If I want to take one ball out, getting the probability of getting black ball is 10 upon 15. If you want to simplify, you can do this as 2 upon 3. Next, second event is picking up the second ball is also black. If I want to say second ball is also black, the first ball, because my total final condition is both the balls has to be black. So P of E is the event of getting the first ball as a black. So when you are performing the event F, your event E is already happened. Okay. Because my second ball is black, That means first ball has to be a black ball only. So probability of happening F after happening of E. Now what happens is here, 1 out of 15 balls, 1 ball is taken out. So how many more balls I left out in the bag? Yes, students, how many more? Sorry, anybody is typing the answer? How many more balls I left out after picking up 1 out? At the
14.
14 balls are left out. How many black balls will be left out? Still 10 will be there or 9 will be there?
Uh, it depends what will we have taken out.
See, here
Yes,
I am
sir.
already E happened. That's what I am taking. Probability of happening F after happening E. That means E is already happened. E happened means my first ball is black only. Okay. So I'm
So
not coming.
9 ball.
Yes. 9 upon 14. Okay. So now I want probability of E intersection F. I need that intersection formula because both should happen black only. So probability of E intersection F is equals to P of F slash E multiply by P of, which is equals to, you'll get 9 upon 14 multiply by 2 by 3. So if you want to insert the equation, it is 9 upon 14 multiply by 2 upon 3. If you want any simplification, you can do 2 will get cancelled in 14 7 times. So final answer will be 3 upon 7. So here I can get probability of F slash E instead of getting probability of E intersection F. Probability of E intersection F, I use the formula to get it. Is that clear? The difference of the previous questions and this question. In these questions, this slash value will come first. Then I have to find intersection value. Okay. So here you, as you said, sir, depending on the whether first attempt white ball will come or black ball will come, because here I am taking F slash E, which means E already happened. E already happened means getting the black ball in the first attempt. That means you already got the black ball in the first attempt. So total number of black balls left out for the second time is 9 only. And the total number of balls will be left out is 14 only. Okay. So this is one example. If I move to the next example, let me show you the second example. So the same thing will happen for if I have multiplication rule for 3 sets. If I go to the next example, multiplication rule of probability for more than 2 events. If you have E, F and G, there are 3 events of the sample space, then probability of happening all 3 events, E intersection, F intersection, G. This is, maybe you can treat it as a formula, equals to probability of happening of E, then probability of happening of F after E happens, into probability of happening G when E and F both happens. Okay. So I'll, because 3 events are there, all the 3 events has to happen one after the other. So first probability of happening E, by the time probability of happening F, E already happened. So that's why it will come as P of F slash E. By the time I reach the third event, first 2 events already happened. So probability of happening G slash when E and F already happened. This is the formula when I have 3 events at a time. So let me take an example. 3 cards are drawn successively without replacement from a pack of 52 well shuffled cards. So out of 52 cards, 3 are drawn without replacement. First you pick up one card, don't keep it back. You take the second card and don't keep it back. Then you pick up the third card. Now the question is, what is the probability that first two cards are kings and the third card is an ace? So first card is king, second card is also king, and third card is should be an ace. So I'll take E event as the first card is a king. First card is. So can you tell me what is the probability of E?
4 upon 42. Yeah, 52.
4 upon 52, because I have 4 kings in total out of 2 cards. If you want simplest form, it will be 1 upon
18. 0.
F I'll take is card is also a king.
So 3 upon 51.
Yes. Probability of happening F when is already happened. That means I am making sure that my first card is king only. Now out of 4, E already happened, so 3 cards will be left out. Out of 52, already E event happened. That means one card is already taken out. It will be 3 upon 15 or 1 upon 17. Next, G I am taking as an event. Your third card is an ace. So probability of happening G, E and F both happen. Now, what will be the probability for this?
4 upon 50.
Yes. Total you have 4 aces. One of the ace I have taken out in the first 2 attempts. I have taken only kings. So 4. Out of 52, already 2 cards are taken out. I am going for the third card. So it will be 4 upon 50 or 2 upon 25. So final answer will come intersection of all the 3 sets. So I'll go here. Probability of happening E, then happening F, and happening G. B equals to, so what we have is probability of E, that is, if you want, let me insert the equation. Probability of happening E is 1 upon 13 multiplied by probability of happening F after happening E is 1 upon 17 multiplied by, final answer is 2 upon 25. So multiply these numbers and whatever you get, that will give a answer. If you want to multiply, you can try it out. What do you get? 13 into 17 into 25. I think it is 5,525. 5,525. So this is the probability of happening. Getting first card as king, second card as king, and third one as an ace. Is that clear for everyone? Hey, students?
Yes, sir.
What about others? Others also can give the Om, Sudarshan, there.
Yes.
So you can also give the answer, no problem. No punishment. Okay. Next we have is an independent event. Let's see what do you mean by independent event. Independent means which does not depend on anything. Consider the experiment of drawing a card from a deck of 52 playing cards in which the elementary events are assumed to be equally likely. That is, if E and F denotes the events, the card drawn is a spade and the card drawn is an ace, respectively. First event E is drawing the spade. There are 13 spades. So probability of happening E is 13 upon 52, which is 1 by 4. Now probability of drawing an ace. We already have 4 ace cards and upon 52, which is 1 by 13. Now also E and F is the event the card drawn is the ace of spade. If I take the intersection of E and F, E intersection F, okay, that means the drawn card must be spade from spade and it must be an ace. So there is only one card of the spade which is an ace. So probability of E intersection F is 1 by 52. That way also we can derive. Now hence probability of E slash F, probability of happening E after happening F. Okay, that means after happening F means what is F denotes the first you have taken the ace, then it is a spade card. So we get answer as 1 by 4. Even here P of, since P of E is 1 by 4, of P of, yeah, P of E is 1 by 4, P of E slash F is also 1 by 4. Okay, now here what they want to define here is, see, without using P of E slash F formula, I got the probability of happening E as 1 by 4. Okay, without happening, I don't bother whether F is happened or not. In the first case, when I found P of E and P of F, both the questions, P of E, I don't think whether F is happened or not. Just probability of happening, getting the spade card is 13 upon 52, 1 by 4. Then I go through the process. P of probability of happening E after happening of F. Then also my answer is 1 by 4. That means whether event F happens or whether event F doesn't happens, it's not going to make any difference. My answer still is going to be 1 by 4, whether F happens first or not. Okay, that means happening of an event E is not depending on the happening of event F. So here I can say E and F both are independent events. Okay, so E and F two events such that the probability of occurrence of one of them is not affected by the occurrence of other. So here they found P of E slash F, then next they found P of F slash E. F slash E means probability of happening F after happening of E. Then also I got the answer as 1 by 13. But when I find the probability of F itself, that also will give me answer as 1 by 13 only. So happening of one event does not affect the happening of other event. Is that clear? So in that case, both are the independent events. So that is the meaning of an independent events. So one will not disturb the other. Okay, they do their work themselves. They don't depend on anyone. Okay. So here two events E and F, we have the definition or you can say formula. Two events E and F are said to be independent events if probability of F slash E will be same as probability of F and probability of E slash F is also will be same as probability of E. Okay, so in that case, the formulas will be little bit rectified here. You can see we discussed in the multiplication theorem, probability multiplication theorem of probability just now. Probability of E intersection F equals to P of E into P of F slash E. I know P of F slash E, if it is independent of event, P of F slash E is nothing but P of F only. So if two events are independent events, we have another formula here. P of E intersection F, that is probability of happening E and F, will be same as the product of probability of happening E and probability of happening F. P of E into P of F. Okay. So this is the formula here to remember. Another definition is given. E and F are be two events associated with the same random experiment, and E and F are said to be independent events if P of E intersection F is equals to P of E into P of F. Now there are few remarks you have to I think understand. Two events are said to be dependent. If they are dependent, then this formula won't be true. P of E intersection F cannot be equals to P of E into P of F. They are not equal. Okay. So we can go through these remarks. There are 3-4 remarks are there. Even if your three events are independent, A, B, C, then probability of A intersection B intersection C will be same as P of A into P of B into P of C. Okay. Generally, what we have this formula, if they are dependent events, one is depending on the other, then we discuss the formula just now as P of A intersection B intersection C as there in the class. Yeah. So as P of A into P of B slash A into P of C slash AB. That's what we discussed for the dependent event. If they are independent events, then just the product of individual events. P of A into P of B into P of C. So like this, even if you have any events, then you can see. Now they are given an example. A die is thrown. If E is the event, the number appearing is a multiple of 3, and F is the event, the number appearing is even. So they are given next example as E as the event, multiple of E. So can you tell me what is the probability of E? Student, probability of E will be I throw a single die. What is the probability of E multiple of
3, 3 and 6.
yeah, so it is 2 upon 6, which is equals to 1 upon 3. But there are only two multiples of 3. And F is event is given as the number appearing is even number. So probability of F is
2, 4, 6.
4, 6, that is 3 upon 6, which is equals to 1 upon 2. So probability of getting multiple of 3 is not at all depending on the probability of getting even number. So you can say P of E intersection F will be same as P of E into P of E into P of F, which is equals to 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 into 1 here. 1 by 3 into 1 by 2, which is equals to 1 upon 6. So this is the answer of the question. Okay. So you can solve this question with the previous formula. The same question with this formulas also. First find P of E, then find P of F slash E, then find P of E intersection F. Then also it will give the same formula. If you don't want to remember in both the ways, you can do in the same way. Okay, next an unbiased die is thrown twice. Let the event A be odd numbers on the first throw and B is odd number on the second throw. Check the independence of the events, whether they are independent or not. Okay. So just there are some P of A even number on the first play. Sorry, odd number on the first die. So I think first row, entire row will come. Odd number on the first die means first row means 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Then entire third row will come 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. And entire fifth row will come. Okay. Odd number on the first die. Now next question they ask is odd number on the second throw. Odd number on the second throw, how many will come? That is also I think 18 even will be there, 18 odd will be there out of 36. P of A they got it is this one. P of B they got is this one, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Now how do I check it? Check means first I'll find P of A intersection B. A intersection B means odd number on the first throw, odd number on the second throw also. Can you tell me how many will be there? Odd number on the first row, odd number in the second row also. Yes, I'll get 1 1, 1 3,
One
1
two
5. Odd number on the first row and second row both. What about the other? Is there any numbers in the second row? Home. In second row, do we have any number?
no sir.
No, because in the second row, everything will start from 2 only. So 2 is the even number. In third row, Anushka.
Yes sir.
Yes, Anushka, what are the numbers in the third row? You can type or you can speak. I think her mic has a problem. Type the answers. In the third row, what are the things we have with both the numbers are odd? By that time, Sudarshan, you can also type. Do you have anything in the fourth row? Arpit, you can type about the fifth row. Who else is there? Aviral, in total, you can tell me how many are there. So each one got one question. Not getting the answers. Yes, Anushka, typing. I think my class will be over by the time you type. Okay. So I think, sorry, yeah. First row I have 3. Third row I'll get 3, 3 1, 3 3, 3 5. And fifth row also I'll get 3, 5 1, 5 3, 5 5. So total 9 elements will be there. So P of A intersection B, I got answer as 1 by 4. That is 9 by 36, which is 1 by 4. Now let me check P of A into P of B will also give me 1 by 4. P of A is 1 by 2. P of B is also 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 4. So both the answers are coming same. P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. Hence both are independent events. So if the question they ask that check whether both are independent or not. So this is the process you have to use. You have to find P of A, P of B, then P of A into P of B. Then you have to find P of A intersection B. Both the answers must be same. If they are same without your mistakes, then they are independent. If they are same because of your mistakes, then still they are not same. They are not independent. Okay. So we'll take like this. You have few examples. Sure. You can try this example. There are multiples are there. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. Consider the event E, 3 heads or 3 tails. So let me write the answers from this Google explanation. So my sample space we already knew. If 3 coins are tossed, then we have it quickly. These are the 8 outcomes from the sample space. 3 coins. Now event E is given as all the heads or all the tails. So it will be H H H and it will be T T T, which is event E. Then event F they are given as F is given F at least 2 heads. That means minimum 2 heads. So maximum can be 3. So that means H H H will come. Minimum 2 heads means H H T will come. H T H will come. T H H will come. Minimum
सर तो गए।
हेलो। हेलो।
हाँ बोल।
सर कहाँ गए?
क्या पता, चल नेटवर्क गया होगा सर का। इसमें कोई होस्ट नहीं बनता है क्या?
पता नहीं, वो तो होस्ट के हाथ में होता है किसको बनाने का है। कोई सुनना,
बोल।
केमिस्ट्री में क्या किया?
क्या किया?
आज 2 क्लास था,
हाँ।
दोनों में आया था तू?
हाँ।
कुछ बोली?
किसको?
मेरे को। मैं था ही नहीं, दोनों में नहीं।
तो होमवर्क भी करके देने का है।
कौन सा होमवर्क?
हर दिन 3-3 क्वेश्चन देती है ना वो।
आज तो 6 आया होगा फिर।
ऐसे रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है। पर ये रिकॉर्ड किसके पास हो रहा होगा?
गूगल पे।
होने देना।
सर को फोन करके बोलिए।
मैसेज कर देना, फोन क्यों करना है?
अरे ऐसे भी क्लास
सर
खत्म
आ
होने
गए।
वाला था ना यार।
Since how long it is disconnected?
सर।
व्हाट्सएप।
Since how long it is disconnected?
सर 5 और
सर 2 to 3 मिनट।
2 to 3 minutes।
The steps are written or not at that time when by the time of disconnection?
रिटर्न सर।
सर डन, हाँ सर।
Okay, and then after that I am finding the probability of E. E has two elements, so 2 upon 8, which is 1 by.
सर कांट सी द स्क्रीन।
Acha, still screen has the issue. Mm, see the stupidity of Google. It won't maintain the properties, but it will record the video.
सर जूम।
जूम।
Zoom, no, no, no. I think you can see.
यस। हाँ सर।
यस
सर।
सर, यस सर, यू कैन सी।
I think till writing these individual sets, you might have the screen was shared after that it is disconnected.
सर ओनली टिल एफ और जी।
Okay, G is at most two heads. That's what they said. At most two heads means maximum you can have two heads. That means so only minimum you can have zero, two heads, one head, and zero head also you can have. So from S, I excluded only triple H. Okay, because that has three heads, so that I cannot consider. Now probability of E is E has two elements, so 2 upon 8, which is 1 by 4. Probability of F is F has four elements, so 4 by 8, which is 1 by 2. Then I am going to find probability, okay, E intersection F. So if I consider the set E and set F, these two sets, I have the common element is only one, that is triple H. So probability of E intersection F is 1 by 8. Then I found P of E into P of F. P of E is 1 by 4 into P of F is 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 8. So we got answers are same for P of E intersection F and P of E into P of F. So hence they are equal. That's already written here. Therefore, E and F are independent events. Okay. Therefore, E and F are independent event. So I'm giving you homework as to check EG are independent, FG are independent or not. Okay. So after this one, we have few more questions. Then we have the exercise. We'll solve the exercise questions in tomorrow's class. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.